Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and welcome back to another Bakugan video. Today we're going to be reviewing some cooler unique cards I have in my collection. So this was kind of like, I guess it would be a requested comment, just one of the ones when I'd asked like what people want to see. And one of them was if I had any cooler unique cards, and the answer to that is yes. So I've been collecting Bakugan for a couple months now. Throughout all my time like collecting Bakugan, a lot of the times the sellers will give you cards for free. And I don't know, I've gotten some pretty unique ones, some pretty uncommon or rare ones. So one thing to note before we start this video is that during like the legacy seasons, so like the early days of Bakugan, the kind of like the Bakugan I specialize in, not the reboot, a lot of the cards don't necessarily have any value or a set rarity. It was very loose and very like unheard of. I've never seen or met anyone online who knows like how rare these cards are. You might be able to sell them for like $2 to $10 depending on how bad someone wants them or how unique they are. But there are some that are like set aside, like foil cards or holographic cards that definitely are a little bit rarer. So I do want to talk about those. And yeah, so I think I've talked too much and it's probably all jumbled up at this point, but I want to go ahead and jump into it. So guys, the first stack of cards I want to show are most or all of them I have from 2006. So if you want to look, I guess it'd be like right here where my thumb is, if that'll focus. Let's see. About right there, that is 2006. And all of these cards are from 2006. So I think that's super cool, just in and of itself, because they're just so old. And like this is like original art pretty much. Yeah, so I have a couple, like I guess they're character cards like Falconeer and then Saurus here. So it's kind of cool actually. And then this quadruple battle. I haven't really read them or anything. I'm more attracted to like the art style and the age. So these are 10, 14, like 15 years old now, I think. If I'm doing my math right. That's an old card, and they're still in pretty great condition, except for this Falconeer. It's a little bent. But yeah, so I think these are like a good starting point to what I want to show all you guys, just how old these are. I'm sure that the older the cards are, the more value they have, but I don't really know. All my cards I got for free from sellers. They usually just come with them, and I have like 300 of them. So there's definitely a lot I had to dig through. But I think just, you know, these original 2006 cards that may be like from the original like first release of the cards or somewhere close to that are pretty unique. Up next, I have a couple that didn't have like a set category, so I just kind of grouped them together. So this is a foil card. So if you didn't know, foil cards are different from regular cards because they have this like shiny reflective coating on them, like on the silver part, instead of like what should be like a yellow color. So I think that means they have more value. I'm not sure. Again, it's very hazy, that area of card stuff. I don't know what to call it. So it's kind of hazy, but I feel like these foil cards may have a little bit more value to them. But I think this is just kind of neat. This is one of like a few I have as well. And then right here, just part of that 2006 pack I had, I guess this was grouped differently, I don't know. But this is a 2006 Fear Ripper card, which, I mean, is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. I don't know why this was in this group. It's definitely not in the right one. But I mean, that's super freaking cool. So yeah. And then, so these two are different. So this is like one of the only cards I have that's like plain blue. I don't see a date. I don't know what it's from. It's got no like face on or anything. This is probably like one of the original. Yeah, I mean, it's got a few English words like name and normal card, and I guess Bakugan's in English, but everything else is not, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know much about cards, so it's kind of hard for me to like say anything. And now this one's unique. So if I take like a normal ability card, this one is significantly smaller, like up at the top especially, you can see. It's all in Japanese, so I can't read it. The only thing in English is light shoot right there, and then like the bottom wording, which is just Sega Toy / Spin Master 2 Project. And then there's also this writing here. It's in this, I believe, was written on the card by a person. It's blue Sharpie, and I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it says. But if anyone in the comments can read Japanese and can tell me what this blue Sharpie means, I would love to know. I don't know if it's a name or like a reminder or a note or something. I have absolutely no clue. And then this is what the back of it looks like. Again, it's smaller than all the other cards, so I don't know like how legit it is. I don't know if it's like a McDonald's card or something. Yeah, it's just different than everything. I have no idea what it says or what it means, but it is really unique just based off of that. I really want to know what that says. And then 3 more Japanese cards I have are these guys right here. I got these in a pack last week, I guess. For you guys, it would be like the video right before this, I'm pretty sure. So if you've seen that, you've seen these. But these are some pretty unique Japanese cards I got in a little bundle. And yeah, they're super cool. I'm not exactly sure what season they're from. It doesn't say. I should have looked into these more. Bakutech Project. Yeah, I figured they were Bakutech. I just don't know what exact season they're from. But they're really cool because they've got these super different art styles. Like they're actually the toys instead of like drawn out characters. And I don't know. I feel like this one's definitely the coolest because it's got so much going on in the background. But I thought they were really cool when I got them, and they're still cool now. And they're very different from all the other ones I have. So I'm pretty happy to have them. Alright guys, and up next is this big stack here. So these are like all my character cards, or like themed around a specific character cards. And we're going to jump in, and I'm just going to try and pick them all out. So we're going to start with, let's see. We're going to start with Hydranoid and Masquerade. So some of these cards are very common, and then other ones are not. So like this is like a Baku swap card featuring dual-headed Hydranoid. So this one is like very common. I have like 6 of these, so it's not really that special. But then we have a Masquerade launcher, which is kind of cool. And then we have a foil dark power boost, which is like freaking awesome. Like that is so cool seeing Alpha Hydranoid like in this foil. I think that's super cool. A Go for Perfect. Again, not very special, but still themed. A Darkest card, so this is just like another foil Darkest. I have a lot of like Masquerades in foil, which is kind of cool. So yeah, this one's also one of my favorites. A Clean Slate card, which is just, you know, featuring Masquerade and, you know, Hydranoid. This one I really like. It's called Power from Darkness. I just like the art style on it. I like this like I don't know what you call it, like one of his I guess like breaths. And then here I have a holographic Masquerade's Throw. This is the only holographic card I have in the whole set, and I guess it's sort of 3D, like you can move it around back and forth. It's really cool, but it's also kind of hard to read down here because it kind of like blurs and bends. But yeah, this one's just super sick to look at because it kind of moves. Alright, up next we have Runo and Tigrera. So I have a couple of them. Here's a power-up card and then a Runo's launcher, which are together. They're kind of stuck and kind of also broken. I think the Runo's launcher is kind of like fraying too bad, so I don't want to take them out of that. And then we have a Bright Light, a Light Burst, and a Copycat, just featuring Tigrera and Blade Tigrera, which I thought were kind of unique and special. Just more character stuff. Just they kind of go good when you have like a Tigrera and you can show off all these cards. So that's kind of why I have all these here. Up next we have Drago and Dan. So Dragonoid Charge, pretty cool. A G Power Boost, Catch Up, Fire Pit, Spitting Fire, Lockdown, Volcanic Lake, and then an original Dragonoid card. This is the first card I got with my first Bakugan. So my first Bakugan was a Pyrus Dragonoid that I got when I started collecting, and this is the card it came with. And this card is like, it's seen its days. It's very frayed and very like ripped, which I was really disappointed with when I got it because it's literally the only card I had. It's the only thing I could use to open them. So yeah, kind of disappointing there. I try and keep it as protected as I can, but still super freaking awesome card. And yeah, it goes along really nicely with all these cool ones with the art styles. But I don't really have anything too rare in all these. All right, up next is Shun and Skyris. So I have a lot of these actually. That's a pretty good stack. So I have the Gust, Shun's Throw, Tornado Alley, another Tornado Alley, Duck and Win, Skyris character card, Vacuum, Perfect Aim, another Shun's Throw, and an Inventus, which is kind of neat. So yeah, all just ones featuring Shun and just like Skyris and Ventus Bakugan in general, which is super cool. Again, no foil cards in here or anything holographic. That's the only holographic card I had was that Masquerade Throw, unfortunately. But still pretty cool to have these, especially, you know, when you put them all together, I think it's pretty cool. So up next we have Marucho and Prius. So I have a couple of these. So Summon Wave, Light Wind, Color Shift featuring, I think that's Diablo. This one's featuring Angelo, it's called Flash, Riptide with Elfin, and then this is a random power with Elfin. This one's actually useful if you have Prius or Elfin, because it says play after you roll an Elfin or Prius. If it stands, close the Bakugan and replace it back on the gate card to open it up again. So you can like re-roll to get a different power when you roll a Prius, which is kind of neat. I have a River Gate card, Prius Switch, which is also super useful. So any Prius in this battle may change to any attribute the owner wishes. Great card if you run Prius. And then I have Aquos 1 and 2. Kind of cool. Yeah. And then Marucho's Throw. So, you know, these three are really probably pretty useful in a game if you know how to do it. Again, I don't play the game very well, so I don't ever look into strategy. But if you like playing the card for strategy, I feel like those might do some good. You can go ahead and yell at me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think they're pretty cool just to have in a collection. Yeah. So, pretty cool for like character themed cards, I guess. So up next, I have all the Legendary Warrior cards. So if you saw my Legendary Warrior Bakugan review, I said that I had all the character cards, and this is kind of like proof of it. I do have them. So here is Lars Lion, this is not a metal gate card like the others. It's actually like a bendable ability card. So there's Lars Lion. And then this is just a random predictable opponent I had. This features etc. But that's there. So then I have Frosh, Clafe, Oberus, Excedra, Apollinaire, and then two different ones that feature Lars Lion, so Mirror Gate and Standoff. So if you want to see all those together really quick. So if you want to see all those together really fast, this is what they look like. So Lars Lion, Frosh, Clafe, Oberus, Excedra, and then Apollinaire. All there. Wish I could like show them all easily. I don't think I can. Close enough, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so that's all of my character cards for the Warrior Bakugan, which is pretty awesome, and they look really great when they're like all together, which is super awesome. And then up next, I have a couple like different random characters. So here we have Harpus and Overhang, and then this is Tsunami with Hydranoid. So this is also one of my favorite cards. I think this was one of the first ones I got too. This one might have been my next set actually. This is a Japanese card featuring Percival. I have a Percival field card somewhere. I think it's actually being used right now to like open up my Percival and stuff. So this is pretty cool. It's kind of weird because I don't know, he looks like this is the right way, like to see him. Like he's clearly standing here, but then the card's upside down. So I don't really know what's going on here. It's called Bottomless Dakon. So kind of weird. I'm not really sure why he's upside down. Like maybe that's part of like the gimmick, Bottomless Dakon. I don't know. But there he is. And then I have one called Dark Hole that features Percival. Pretty cool card. Very unique art design, which I really like. I have two Thunder Wildas right here, which are, I don't know, they're okay. You know, they're kind of fancy, I guess. And then my last card I have is Turnaround, featuring just regular old Nemesis. He definitely looks weird in this. The art style is kind of funny. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, drop a comment, and of course subscribe for more awesome content. Peace out.